What just happened? Okay, fixed. Guess I'll turn up the volume. Set up my PS3 after a few years, I suppose. At this point, it's been a few years. And I played the two other games except for flOw here, so we're gonna do that. This is an American studio. I have to install it. I have to install it. I didn't know that. I mean, usually if you put the game in, like if you put the game in, usually in the old consoles, you don't have to download anything. So that caught me by surprise, I suppose. Yeah. So, Journey flOw. What is this? Gravediggers? Are there like a bunch of other games on here? What? Duke War. What are these? Huh? Let's see. Let's look up Journey Collector's Edition list of games. Duke War. Sorry, what? Another bonus are 3 games created by their 24-hour game jams. Okay, so I mean, we should check those out, I guess, after. Flower dynamic theme? What? Is that like a background thing? Speaking of which, no, I don't. So that's like a background. Wants me to do that? Should I do that? Okay, anyway. I guess we have that now. Even though I don't like that game. flOw. That's it. Yeah, and we'll have to check out the 3 other games on here as well. I didn't know about them. So this game just goes on forever, I guess. Maybe I'll turn off the lights for this. I think it's going to be super atmospheric game. press pause, it says press like something to. I don't think I'm actually controlling the game. What? Beauty. Wants me to destroy the thing there. Super odd. What is going on here? Let's see. Tip. Oh wait, is this motion controls? What? I didn't know this was motion controls, guys. What the fuck? Oh, what just happened? The screen went black. Okay, let me raise the volume. It's not as fun as a WarioWare on GBA. Or as motion controls. That's the only one I need to get. Shot me back up. Yo, is that another player? Question, is that another player right now? There's no way, right? Let me look that up. Is flOw multiplayer? Let's see, it says reviewers generally consider it a minor addition, adding little to the overall experience and more akin to an art piece in a game. Isn't that describing the whole game though? No, it was just an AI answer. Several considered it more of an art piece than a game. That's literally all of their games. So it's not just this one. All of this development games. Why am I red? It's not acceptable. Modern slop. So I don't play games made past the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast was the real ending of video games. Someone should show me a game like this on Dreamcast. What's the most art-piece Dreamcast game? Seaman. Seaman's still a game. It's actually kind of a brutal game if you don't know exactly what to do when your Seaman dies. I tried to beat Seaman a few times and the fucking power went out. That was it, man. I couldn't beat Seaman because the shit. Yeah, man. Bro, what is going on with this game? What is the objective exactly? happened? Is that what the pause does? There's a Flash version of this game. How'd they do that? So I just have to keep going down. So if I go up, I'm really like fucking up, basically. Why does it matter if I'm red? Okay, so we should only go for the red stuff. Only the red stuff. Or the blue. Why do you want the blue stuff? I really feel like I need to brush my teeth. I'll probably get hungry again later. It's just no point. Finish this game first, and I'll do that while I play the developer commentary or whatever. You can move a lot faster, I guess. It's easier to move this creature. A lot easier. Bro, who is entertained by this, genuinely? We'll have to see what IGN. Pause didn't actually run the game. flOw IGN, they gave it 7.6. Did they have a review on YouTube? Nah, they don't have a review. I'm not watching the Assassin's Creed trailer thing. That's not happening. Review, or do I say trailer? Squid now. Piece of shit. This would not be a top 100, but Atari 2600. Just to be clear about that. One sec. You guys are bullying me a little too much. Why does that happen? I don't know. You didn't see that, but the screen died. So I'm not going to bother turning up the audio for this one. It doesn't matter. That's the credits. Pure slop. Pure slop the game. But we'll hear what the developers have to say, the developer commentary. This is just for people who do not like video games whatsoever. Who cannot stand video games. That's who this is for. We're gonna listen to the developer commentary now. Well, we beat the game, so I think it loops after this, right? Suppose that we are done. So let's do this. We're gonna listen to developer commentary while I brush my teeth. It's on PSP. They're like the Flash version.
Alright guys, this is developer commentary for flOw. I'm Genova Chen, creative director from that game company, and with me are John Edwards, our lead engineer.
Hello guys.
Nick Clark, our lead designer.
Hello.
Guys.
And Austin Wintery, our composer for flOw.
Hello.
As the game is loading up, flOw is a very special project for us because this is the very first commercial product we've made at that game company. flOw is actually a game that we created, Nick and I created at USC together with Austin, originally as a Flash game in the browser. And that game has gathered a lot of hits on the internet. There's almost 300,000 clicks in the first week we launched the game. That's how we get the notice by Sony. At the time was John Haidt, who's the head of the external development, with George Wyson and Rusty Butcher. And they were the one who brought us in to Sony and started that game company. And this is the very origin of that game company.
So initially this was supposed to be a launch title for the PS3, but we went way over schedule and ended up launching.
We had
February.
no idea what we were doing.
All right, so let's start.
How are the controls, Nick? As good as you remember?
Better. Better than
All right.
It's really fun to do a side-by-side comparison, though, of this with the Flash version, because I remember the Flash version being really cool, and then you compare it to this, and you're like, wow, it's horrible. Like, it's just so, it's like conceptually there, but very unpretty by comparison. You guys did an awesome job.
What were we trying to do with this game?
So the original Flash version had one creature, which was this guy, and then we had just started a second campaign, which was the jellyfish, as we called it. But it was pretty buggy, and so we wanted to expand upon that, add a whole host of new creatures. The initial design, I think we wanted like 7 or 8 playable creatures, but because we were
garbage collector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were way over scoped on the project, so we had to cut that in half, and still ended up taking twice the initial time we estimated.
We maintained the bugginess pretty well from the Flash version, though.
Yeah, there's some interesting screenshots of.
Yeah, well, we might catch a few.
We might recreate some.
So the original flOw game in the Flash was not actually started as a game. I was doing some grad school studies, trying to figure out whether we have a way to design a game to make it to be somewhat adaptive to the player's skill and their background knowledge about gaming. At the time, we finished a student game called Cloud, which had a lot of problem with people who never played games. They were having trouble to play the student game we made. So I did a lot of research, and many people, advisors from school and industry, recommend me to read this book called flOw, the psychology theory, the psychology of optimal experience. It turns out there's this psychological theory called flOw theory, and it's written by this professor at University of Chicago. His name is Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. He originally came from Hungarian, and at the time, psychology has been mainly dealing with the negative side of human psyche, why certain guy goes crazy, but he was the first person who looked into the psychology behind the positive emotions of human being. What makes people focus, what makes people happy, and what makes people be creative. And in his research, he realized that there's this interesting dynamics between any activity human engage. There's always some kind of skill and challenge. So if you are very good, let's say, game player, and you're playing a game that's very easy, it's very likely you would just be bored and you want to stop playing. Or if you're someone who haven't played a lot of game and engaging in a very hardcore competitive game, you will feel anxiety and you just feel this is too frustrating and you give up playing the game. So in order to make people engage in the game and continue experiencing it, you need to reach a fine balance between the challenge the game presents and the ability the player have. And so for flOw, we're trying out a very simple idea, which is in the game there are these blue and red creatures that can change the altitude or the depths your creature are in the world. So if you eat the blue food, it actually takes you to shallower water, so it's kind of safe. But if you want a challenge, you want to eat the red one, which lets you dive deeper into the ocean. There will be, other creatures that present as a big challenge for you. But the key is the player has full control over the amount of challenge they want to engage in. So, for example, if we want to be, if we're a very good player like Nick is doing, he's by the way, he's driving the game here. We could just keep diving down without really kind of eating any food, and just continue going to a deeper and deeper area, as long as he is good enough to be able to confront the challenge from the other creatures. But for someone who are new, they would probably spend more time to in the upper level, so that they can grow up their body and just adjust the amount of challenge coming up later. So that's basically the game, and we made that experience on the browser, and many people played it. And when Sony wanted us to turn this into a commercial game, there's actually quite a lot more things we want to add to make it really justify to be a game. In the early stage, there's a lot of ideas about what we want to add to the game beyond the original Flash game. I guess you guys can talk about it, what it's like at the beginning of this PS3 project.
Yeah, well, we had a lot of ideas.
We did have a lot of ideas. I think, all I remember is we were very overwhelmed with development on the PS3 and figuring out how to, because this, like Genova mentioned, was our first commercial product.
It was also before the PS3
before it even
had
launched.
come out, so it was new to everybody, including Sony.
I think kind of what happened is we went through this pretty substantial planning phase where we came up with all these amazing ideas, and then we got into Sony the first day to start working on the PS3, and just instantly forgot about all that and just focused on making something work.
Yeah.
For most of development. So we were just kind of scrambling to get anything we could in here, which.
But I think like the variety of creatures and stuff that we were able to create is pretty good. I'm pretty proud of what we were able to accomplish.
There were definitely a few that got scrapped. That I don't think you feel that loss playing the game. It doesn't feel like this is almost done.
Right.
But there were some fun ideas that.
I remember I spent like 2 weeks, which at the time seemed like a crazy amount of time, trying to make this like hairfish or something, which I'm not sure why I ever thought that was a good idea, but I was working extensively on hair simulation.
Well,
I guess you put that to good use on the game after this.
We initially wanted like a custom unique boss at the end of every campaign, and we implemented one of them for the second campaign, and it's bugged, so it like never shows up. It always flees the map before you get to it.
We called him the bullet boss, but I think he's like this.
He's actually present in the Flash version, but he's totally bugged out in the PS3.
You can catch him sometimes. He's kind of like Bigfoot.
Yeah, it's a rare sighting. If you get to fight the bullet boss.
There are whole forums dedicated to the rumors of this.
By the way, here's a little touch that I thought was pretty neat. You had a preview of what's coming next.
Right, you got these little baby creatures at the end. So the idea here is like you eat the egg of the next creature, and then it rises to the top and births into the next playable race.
So we're teaching some biology.
Okay, so now we're back at the menu here, and I've got the next creature unlocked.
So,
Alright.
yeah, flOw is actually a game supporting up to what, 7 players?
Whoa,
It was a 4-player. It was actually not very well discovered by our players because it's released in the early days. We didn't even really
I think it was
mention.
only the expansion, or not the, what did the expansion add in terms of multiplayer? I'm not sure.
Who made this game again?
Yeah, it's a long time. It was like 6 years later, 5 years later.
Yeah, but the multiplayer is interesting. It's mainly cooperative, depending on how you play.
You can, so if you eat there's a certain power-up that turns you red, and if you get that power-up, you can actually eat the other players.
That's a very, very rude thing to do.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so it's like
That's
a brief,
literally the first time I've ever known
a
that.
brief moment of PvP competitiveness in flOw. And so there's actually a level in the previous campaign where that power-up spawns infinitely, so you can just kind of,
Deathmatch,
yeah, deathmatch level.
if you wish.
It's funny. My perception of this game was always everything that Genova just said about the sort of dynamic difficulty of the player's ability to kind of control their experience in a way that's more seamless and more elegant than like setting a difficulty level and things like that the way games normally traditionally did. But what I thought was so interesting about flOw is that it does that in the context of an overall kind of relaxing emotion, and that like flOw at its most exciting is not supposed to be like hugely exciting, because which to me was always interesting. Like when we were starting on the Flash version at USC, Genova said, there's all these games that are about sort of stimulus and like adrenaline and excitement, and like I wonder if you can make
That's
a game
boring.
that people would want to play that's not that. And I remember at the time thinking, yeah, that is a good question. And to my amazement, it turned out yes, very much so, which was really sort of validating of the sort of maturity, like there's this especially back then there was this assumption that like games are immature, gamers are immature, and I think that this was kind of one of those early games to suggest like people are interested in all kinds of games.
That was
Games are
actually a
immature
kind of a
when they have
big
gameplay.
moment of realization, I think, during development, where we were very much stressing out about the fact that flOw didn't have the traditional kinds of challenges, the gameplay patterns were just not what people were used to seeing. And then it was about halfway through development, I know, I was just like staying up in bed worrying about it at like 1 a.m. And all of a sudden it dawned on me, and like I think I called Nick. They're just like, no, we don't have to do this.
No, I remember because, initially it was something like, oh, well, we have to make, like the boss at the end, you have to kill him in order to get the end egg token to progress to the next thing. Like that's clearly a challenge that we need to force the player to overcome. And then there was just a certain point in development where John convinced me, he was like, no, like we don't have to force the player to do, that's not what this game is about. And that was totally the right decision to not force any of those
So
decisions.
is that
on the
why
player.
you cut the boss?
No,
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's how
That's why the boss never shows
Maybe
up.
that's how we justify it to ourselves. But like even in the first level, there's that big guy at the end, and the idea was, oh well, you have to defeat him to progress. But that was kind of counter to the whole thesis of the.
Have either of you
Going
spun
black.
out yet?
I don't know.
Yeah, the jelly has this
The drunk?
maneuver, and then
Each creature has its
oh
own
wait,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
no, oh no!
Hello.
Hi friend, hello friend. No, you don't want these pieces.
That's
So
so hard to
what's
control.
happening here is
Nick is being a big jerk, basically.
Nick's creature has
No, I would
got-
never do that to you, Nick. Oh wait, no, I have it now.
That shit keeps happening. Why? So we're gonna install the other games that they have on here. Gravediggers. We're gonna play it. Don't know what kind of thing this is. How could I have ruined it right now? Skip it up. Skip it up. How did that happen? My screen went black. Just trying to fix the HDMI cords, to be honest. I was just trying to fix them.
Death cannot hold you. Death cannot hold you. Death cannot hold you.
Money to win 100.
use your bathroom first?
I'll gladly join you.
Whoa. Peasant, stop messing with me. Come on.
Fruit of my labor.
Tap dancing horse.
I'm here to get you to do
Thanks, sir.
I'm here to get you to do my bidding.
How are you supposed to get money?
They call me the Pied Piper of peasants. Let's go.
Going for the Duke.
No, you can stay. You're
Fruit of my labor. Hey, go! Oh, go, please. You're my favorite one. I like gold. Let's go. Gold is gold. Let's go. Gold is gold. Gold. Gold is gold. Good day, sir.
knock, knock, knock. Let's go. Come on.
Oi, sir.
Quit your whining. Let's go.
I need. Yes, honey. I like gold. Hey, gold.
Don't
You will
fight
never
it.
be
Just go
king,
with it.
unlike me.
Relax, peasant. It's gonna be cool.
Hey, gold. Oh, gold, please.
Much appreciated. My horse sleeps on a bed of pearls.
Nice place you got here. Here we go. Come on. Yeah, in a way, you're coming with me. I'm sorry, you don't really have much choice. Come on.
That's a good horse.
Lead away, sir. Hail, sir. I'll gladly join you. Gold, please.
How do you place the thing? I paused the game so the audio is done, I guess. Decor. I couldn't figure out to build the tower where I wanted. It would just flash and disappear. So I'm having the exact same problem as that guy. Yeah, so I mean, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm having the same exact problem as that guy.
Ching.
Like, what are you supposed to do here with the tower? Doesn't work. I have to rage quit this game. It's unplayable. It's like Action 52.
I like money.
Like Action 52, but worse.
You're a good horse. Far out.
You know, it sucks, but I have to rage quit this game. Ultimately, it's not playable. I have someone that
How
has the
about
exact
some
same
more?
issue. There's no answers. No one cares about this. Yeah. Unless.
My horse is pretty good. I like money.
If there's anyone else.
Much appreciated. Ching.
89 on Metacritic this whole collection. Well, we have to rage quit this game. No one seems to know how to do this. So. And it's definitely now 4:16. Hold up, is today the first day of spring? No, that was yesterday, I guess. Certainly doesn't feel like it. Wow, it's spring. Daylight savings. No, it already happened. So my PS3 is randomly 1 hour off. It wasn't earlier. It's actually the correct time earlier. So I don't know what happened. This one just says. Anyway, dude. One more game in this collection. That one seemed to. I just don't know. You know. I guess I failed to beat that game. That is 2-player, and I have no one to play with anyway, so. What is this? Jam 2. Seed Jam. Surely this is the best game That being said, I do have leftover ever again. So I want to look at the PlayStation Store. Can you play the Project Diva? Can you play Project Diva Dreamy Theater on USA PS3? Let's see. You would need a Japanese PSN account. Buy the game through... Wait, you have to buy Dreamy Theater? Okay, let's read these steps. You need a Japanese PSN account. You need a USB cable. Some people were able to emulate it. I don't know, it sounds unfortunate to try to get Dreamy Theater on PS3. Sounds really complicated. Maybe someone will figure it out. PS3 is already 20 years old, but maybe in another 20 years we can emulate Project Diva Dreamy Theater. That's my hope. That's pretty messed up. That yeah, PS3 emulation is not there still. It's been 20 years, man. But anyway. I do have some money left over from my previous purchase, so I want to do some scouting on the store. I purchased Hardcore Uprising. Like, what is, like, it's hard to find like a list of actual PS3 games I should care about. Like, Hardcore Uprising is not like brought up. Maybe I should look up Arc System Works, other PS3 games. Battle Fantasia. Is that on Steam? It is on Steam, so I don't think need to buy that on PS3. X-Blaze code. Oh, okay. I don't know, I guess I can't find games. Oh, hold up. Actually, I do have a list as well of stuff. Let me pull up my dock. I could be overlooking stuff right now, so. Arcana Heart 3? Is that not playable anywhere else? Okay, Arcana Heart 3. Okay, but I already have a version of that game on Steam, so maybe not. Kind of curious about the price, though, for the original. That came up. Capcom Arcade Cabinet. So this one, 15. It's $5.99 on Steam. It's a massive ripoff. If I look up PS3 beat 'em ups. Hold up. This game got rave reviews. Where's the J? It's because there's no game. It says you do J. Okay. Okay, I have a PS3 list. Do they really have Fist of the North Star stuff on here? Well, I guess we should figure out what the price is. $49.99. This is not on any other platform. No, I don't even know why this is on my radar. I don't know why it is. I don't know. Why would this be on my radar? find that weird. King's Quest PS3. Puppeteer PS3. What is this? This is actually a PS3 exclusive. I do need to pay attention to what is actually exclusive. Puppeteer. What is this? It's $15, so it's out of the price range. My mouse stopped working because game FAQs. Guess I'll refill my water. They didn't put the period after home. No, they didn't put any spaces after the periods. They didn't do any of that. What? My mouse stopped working. What's with that? I need to shut off my computer now so my mouse will work again. This is not normal, but I guess I'm gonna shut off my computer.